Today, we uncover the shocking truth about the #1 most toxic ingredient hiding in over half of all UK supermarket foods. A 2024 study of 92,000 people found that one emulsifier, E471, is linked to a 46% higher risk of prostate cancer. Another emulsifier, carrageenan, linked to a 32% higher risk of breast cancer. Now here's the problem. Over 51% of food products sold in UK supermarkets contain emulsifiers. You're not choosing them. Corporations chose for you, but unknowingly, you've been eating them anyway, 3 times a day, every day, for years. IBS has doubled in the UK in the last 20 years. Autoimmune diseases are skyrocketing. Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, MS, rheumatoid arthritis, all linked to gut barrier breakdown, and all exploding at the exact same time as emulsifier consumption. Here's what emulsifiers do. They break down barriers between oil and water in food. But here's what the companies don't tell you. They don't just switch off once they're inside you. Think about fairy liquid on a greasy pan, strips the grease in seconds by dissolving the protective barrier. Now imagine that same chemical process happening to the protective lining of your gut. That's exactly what emulsifiers do. A 2024 human study found just 2 weeks of eating emulsifiers caused measurable gut damage. 2 weeks. For decades, we trusted them. Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, Morrisons. We trusted the household names Warburtons, Hovis, Müller, Cadbury. We believed the packaging, wholemeal for health, light for weight loss, plant-based for wellness, premium for quality. They lied. They knew what they were putting in our food. They knew emulsifiers strip gut barriers. They knew of the studies. They knew about the data. And they chose profit over people. They chose shelf life over your life. They flooded our supermarkets with products engineered to last months on shelves, while your gut lining lasted weeks before breaking down. The British public has been deceived on a scale we're only now beginning to understand. Mothers feeding their children Müller corner yogurts, thinking they're providing calcium and protein. They're providing gut inflammation. Gym goers downing protein bars, thinking they're fueling muscle growth. They're fueling autoimmune disease. Dieters buying Weight Watchers bread, thinking they're making healthy choices. Plant-based converts switching to almond milk, thinking they're doing right by their bodies and the planet. They're doing right by corporate profit margins and wrong by their intestinal lining. Everything you thought you knew about healthy eating in UK supermarkets is shattered. The brown bread isn't healthier. The light spread isn't better for you. The premium range isn't actually premium. The free from products aren't free from chemicals. It's all smoke and mirrors. Marketing designed to make you feel good about buying products that are quietly, systematically destroying your health. So we've gone through the major brands currently sold in UK supermarkets, and we're about to expose the 30 products which contain the highest levels of gut-destroying emulsifiers. These aren't fringe products from dodgy corner shops. These are mainstream trusted brands sitting in millions of British kitchens right now. I'm going to show you exactly which emulsifiers are in each one, what they do to your body, and why companies keep using them despite knowing the harm. But before we dive in, I need your help with something critical. If this information shocks you, if it makes you want to check your own kitchen cupboards right now, then hit the hype button, not just the like button, the hype button. Because that's how we push back against these corporations. They operate in silence. They rely on you not knowing. They count on you being too busy, too trusting, too overwhelmed to read ingredient labels. Every time you hype this video, you're breaking that silence. You're spreading information they don't want spread. You're warning other families. You're creating pressure. When enough people know, when enough people demand better, these companies have to respond. Their entire business model depends on your ignorance and your loyalty. Take away both, and suddenly they care about your health. Suddenly they'll reformulate. Suddenly they'll find ways to make bread without E471. They can do it, they just won't, unless we force them. So hype this video. Share it. Make noise, because the only language these corporations understand is the language of profit, and when their emulsifier-loaded products stop selling, they'll listen. Your hype isn't just engagement. It's resistance. It's a vote for change. It's you saying you're done being poisoned for profit. Hit that hype button now, and let's get into it. Number 30. Warburtons Wholemeal Medium Bread. E472E, E481, E471, 3 emulsifiers in one loaf. This is the bread millions of British families buy, thinking they're making the healthier choice. Brown bread, wholemeal, must be good for you, right? Wrong. Warburtons has engineered this loaf to last longer, feel softer, and keep its shape during transport. That convenience comes at a cost. The cost is your gut lining. And it's not just this one loaf. Warburtons wholemeal Danish loaf, same emulsifiers. Warburtons Danish light white bread, same chemical stack. Warburtons sliced wholemeal rolls, identical formulation. The pattern runs across their entire packaged bread range. Now here's the kicker. The fresh bread baked in the Tesco bakery section costs the same, sometimes less. 0 emulsifiers, flour, water, yeast, salt. That's it. But it doesn't last a week in a plastic bag. It goes stale in 2 days. Warburtons doesn't want you buying bread that goes stale. They want you buying bread that survives a week in your bread bin, a lorry journey from the factory, and 3 days on a shelf before you even pick it up. E471 is the big one here. Mono and diglycerides of fatty acids. The same emulsifier linked to 46% higher prostate cancer risk in that French study of 92,000 people. It's in almost every Warburtons product. You're not getting wholemeal bread, you're getting wholemeal flavored cancer risk wrapped in a health halo. Number 29. Stork Original Baking Spread. Lecithin, mono and diglycerides of fatty acids. Marketed for decades as a baking essential. Your nan probably used it. Many British home bakers still swear by it. The packaging promotes it as plant-based, healthier than butter, better for cakes. None of that is true. Real butter is one ingredient. Cream, that's it. Stork is vegetable oils held together with emulsifiers to mimic the texture of butter. It's not food. It's engineered fat. The lecithin and mono and diglycerides are there to stop the oils from separating. They're creating a stable emulsion. But once you eat it, those same emulsifiers get to work on your gut barrier. The protective mucus layer in your intestines is an emulsion too. Oil and water held in delicate balance. Emulsifiers don't distinguish between the emulsion in your cake batter and the emulsion protecting your bloodstream from gut bacteria. They strip both. Stork has been in British kitchens for generations. It's trusted. It's traditional. It's also a chemical cocktail masquerading as a baking staple. And the Stork Original Baking Block, same formulation, different shape. You can't escape the emulsifiers by switching formats. Number 28. Müller Corner Yogurt. Soya lecithin, modified maize starch, locust bean gum, guar gum, pectin. 5 different emulsifiers and thickeners in one little pot. This is the yogurt parents pack in school lunchboxes across Britain. It's marketed directly at children. Bright packaging, fun flavors, the corner filled with chocolate balls or biscuit pieces. Kids love it. Their guts don't. Up to 21 grams of sugar per pot. More than a Mars bar, but it's the emulsifiers doing the real harm. Modified maize starch isn't there for nutrition, it's there to thicken the yogurt without using actual yogurt. Locust bean gum, guar gum, and pectin create the creamy texture. Soya lecithin holds it all together. None of these ingredients belong in yogurt. Real yogurt is milk and bacterial cultures. That's it. Müller has taken that simple, nutritious food and turned it into a dessert product masquerading as a healthy snack. The Müller Corner Milk Chocolate Digestive variety adds even more. Modified starch in the yogurt, soya lecithin in the chocolate coating, acacia gum and shellac as glazing agents. We're programming children's guts to be inflamed from primary school. Their gut barriers are being stripped daily. By the time they're adults, they've had years of accumulated damage. Then we wonder why young people have IBS, food intolerances, and autoimmune conditions at rates our grandparents never saw. Number 27. Bertolli Light Olive Spread. Mono and diglycerides of fatty acids. Lecithin. The ultimate health halo scam. Olive oil in the name. Light in the name. Mediterranean imagery on the packaging. Must be healthy. It's not even close. This is water and vegetable oils beaten together with emulsifiers to create something spreadable. Real olive oil is one ingredient. Olives. Pressed. Done. This product contains some olive oil, sure, but it's diluted with rapeseed oil and palm oil. Then they add mono and diglycerides to emulsify the mixture. then lecithin to stabilize it, then they add salt and citric acid for flavor, then they add vitamins to make it look nutritious on the label. You're not buying olive oil, you're buying an emulsifier delivery system with an olive oil sticker on it. And here's the really insulting part. It's marketed as better for your heart than butter. Butter is cream, one ingredient, no emulsifiers, no chemical processing. If you want something to spread on toast, use actual butter. If you want olive oil, buy olive oil. Don't buy Bertolli's chemistry experiment. Number 26. Alpro Original Almond Milk. Lecithin's Gar Gum, Gellan Gum. 3 emulsifiers in a product marketed as a healthy dairy alternative. People switch to Alpro thinking they're doing something good, avoiding dairy, choosing plants, being kind to their bodies. They're choosing gut inflammation. Almond milk should be almonds and water. Blend it, strain it, done. You can make it at home in 10 minutes. But homemade almond milk separates. The almond particles settle at the bottom. You have to shake it. It doesn't look smooth and creamy on a supermarket shelf. So Alpro adds Gar Gum and Gellan Gum to keep everything suspended. They add lecithins to emulsify. Now it looks creamy. Now it lasts months without separating. Now it's also full of the same chemicals, stripping your gut lining. And here's the shocking part. Alpro Original contains about 2 to 3% almonds. The rest is water and emulsifiers. You're paying £3 for a litre of water with a handful of almonds and a hefty dose of gut-destroying chemicals. The Alpro Barista almond milk is even worse. More emulsifiers, more stabilizers. Carrageenan added to stop it curdling in coffee. Carrageenan. The emulsifier linked to 32% higher breast cancer risk. Also, your flat white looks pretty. Number 25. Sainsbury's 12 Millionaire Shortbread Squares. Rapeseed lecithin, sorbitol monostearate, 3 different lecithins in one party dessert tray. This isn't positioned as health food, to be fair. It's a treat. But the sheer quantity of emulsifiers is worth noting. Rapeseed lecithin in the biscuit base, sorbitol monostearate in the caramel layer. Each layer engineered separately, each requiring its own emulsifier to maintain structure during manufacturing and shelf storage. This is what modern food engineering looks like. Every component built like Lego bricks in separate facilities, then assembled into a final product. Each brick loaded with stabilizers and emulsifiers. Your grandmother's millionaire shortbread was butter, condensed milk, chocolate, and flour. No emulsifiers needed, but it had to be made fresh and eaten within days. Sainsbury's version lasts weeks. The difference isn't better ingredients, it's more chemistry. And when you eat 12 squares at a family gathering, you're not just getting sugar and fat, you're getting a triple dose of barrier-stripping emulsifiers from 3 different sources working simultaneously on your gut lining. Number 24. Cadbury Dairy Milk. E442, E476, soya lecithin, E471, 4 different emulsifiers in Britain's most iconic chocolate bar. The glass and a half of milk marketing, the purple wrapper, the taste of childhood for millions. None of that changes what's inside. E442 is ammonium phosphatides. E476 is polyglycerol polyricinoleate, or PGPR. Both are synthetically manufactured emulsifiers. The soya lecithin is added for texture. E471, the cancer-linked one, is there to extend shelf life. This isn't the Cadbury your grandparents ate. The formulation has changed. Cocoa butter has been partially replaced with vegetable fats, palm oil, shea oil, cheaper than cocoa butter, and those vegetable fats need emulsifiers to blend properly with the cocoa mass and milk. So in come the 4 emulsifiers. Here's the betrayal. Cadbury could make this chocolate without emulsifiers. Craft chocolate makers do it every day. Pure cocoa butter, cocoa mass, milk, sugar. No emulsifiers. But it costs more. It's harder to manufacture at scale. It doesn't survive 3 months in a warehouse. So Cadbury chose profit. They chose long shelf life. They chose cheap vegetable fats over expensive cocoa butter. And we're the ones paying for it with our health. Number 23. McVitie's Chocolate Digestives. Soya lecithin, E471, E472E. The British biscuit tin staple, tea time tradition, dunked in millions of mugs every afternoon. Also loaded with emulsifiers. The plain digestive has fewer additives. Still some, but fewer. Add the chocolate coating and the emulsifier count jumps. soya lecithin in the chocolate to give it that glossy finish, E471 in the biscuit itself to extend freshness, E472 to improve dough handling during manufacturing. These are convenience additives. They make production faster and cheaper. They make the biscuits last longer in the packet. They make your gut barrier thinner with every tea time dunk. McVitie's has been making biscuits since 1839. For over a century, they made them without modern emulsifiers, flour, butter, sugar, raising agents. Simple. Then food science got involved. Then manufacturing scaled up. Then shareholders wanted better margins. Now we have biscuits that last months and guts that last weeks before showing damage. Number 22. Galaxy Smooth Milk Chocolate, soya lecithin, palm fat, marketed as smoother, creamier, more indulgent than other chocolate. The smoothness is chemistry. Palm fat is cheaper than cocoa butter. Soya lecithin makes the palm fat blend with cocoa mass without separating. That's it. That's the secret to Galaxy's signature texture. Not better ingredients, not superior chocolate making, just emulsifiers doing what they do. Breaking down barriers between fats. In your chocolate bar, in your gut. Mars, the company behind Galaxy, knows exactly what they're doing. They've chosen to use palm fat and lecithin because it's profitable. They've marketed it as premium because consumers will pay more for smooth texture. We're paying premium prices for cheap ingredients held together with gut-destroying emulsifiers, and we're doing it willingly because the marketing works. Number 21. Philadelphia Light Cream Cheese. Stabilizers, thickeners, modified starch. The light version always has more additives than the full-fat version. Always. Because when you remove fat, you remove texture, flavor, and body. You have to replace it with something. Philadelphia replaces it with stabilizers and thickeners. Modified starch creates bulk. Emulsifiers maintain spreadability. The result is a product with fewer calories and more chemicals. Regular full-fat Philadelphia is closer to real cream cheese. Still processed, but less so. The light version is a science project. You removed the fat to be healthy. They removed the fat to save money on ingredients, then added chemicals to fake the texture you paid for. You're not winning. You're getting a worse product with more gut-damaging additives while thinking you made a healthy choice. That's the light product scam in every category. Less nutrition, more chemistry, same price or higher. Number 20. Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream. Soy lecithin, guar gum carrageenan. The progressive ice cream brand. Fair trade. Social justice messaging. Quirky flavor names, also full of emulsifiers. Ben & Jerry's could make ice cream with just cream, milk, sugar, and egg yolks. That's how ice cream was made for centuries. But that ice cream is harder to scoop straight from the freezer. It melts faster. It doesn't maintain structure during distribution. So in come the emulsifiers. Soy lecithin for smoothness, guar gum for body, carrageenan for stabilization, the same carrageenan linked to 32% higher breast cancer risk. Ben & Jerry's markets itself as the ethical choice. Better values than other brands. They care about farmers. They care about climate. They care about social issues. But they don't care enough about your gut lining to remove carrageenan from their recipe, because removing it would mean reformulating. It would mean different texture. It might mean some customers complain about ice crystals, so the carrageenan stays. Your gut barrier suffers. But hey, at least the company tweeted about social justice. Number 19. Califia Farms XX Espresso Cold Brew Coffee. Gar Gum, Gellan Gum. The hipster health coffee. Plant-based, cold brew, premium price point, Instagram-worthy packaging. 3 gut-destroying emulsifiers. This is coffee mixed with almond milk. You could make it at home for 20 pence. Brew coffee, add almond milk. Done. But homemade cold brew with almond milk separates. The coffee and milk don't stay mixed. You have to shake it. It doesn't look smooth in a clear bottle on a shelf. Guar gum to thicken, Gellan gum to stabilize. Now it looks premium. Now it lasts weeks in the fridge. Now it's also loaded with the same chemicals in your Alpro almond milk, just in a different bottle with better branding. You're paying £2.50 for coffee, almond milk, and emulsifiers. The markup is obscene. The gut damage is real. The health halo is fake. Number 18. Huel Ready to Drink. Gellan Gum. The meal replacement marketed as nutritionally complete. Optimized nutrition backed by science. Convenient, healthy. Also engineered with emulsifiers, Huel is meal replacement for people who don't have time to eat real food, or people who think real food isn't optimized enough. The problem is, real food doesn't need emulsifiers. A chicken breast with rice and vegetables is nutritionally complete. No lecithin required, no gel and gum needed. Huel exists because it's convenient. Drink your calories, get all your nutrients, don't think about food, but those nutrients are suspended in a liquid that needs stabilization. Without emulsifiers, all the protein powder, oat powder, vitamins and minerals would separate. You'd have to shake it constantly. The texture would be gritty. So Huel adds gel and gum. Now it's smooth, now it stays mixed, now it's also stripping your gut lining while delivering those optimized nutrients. The Huel Black Edition. Same formula. More protein, same emulsifiers. You're optimizing your macros while destroying your gut barrier. That's not health, that's engineering. Number 17. Nature Valley Protein Bars. Lecithins, glycerol, stabilizers, the bar with nature in the name. Green packaging, wholesome imagery, protein for fitness. Also emulsifier-loaded. Nature Valley positions itself as natural. Granola bars made with oats and honey, but check the protein bar range. Glucose syrup, palm oil, soy protein isolate, and multiple emulsifiers to hold it all together. Lecithins keep the chocolate coating smooth, glycerol maintains moisture, stabilizers prevent separation during storage. Nothing about this is natural. It's a protein bar designed to sit on a shelf for months without degrading. Real food degrades. Oats go rancid, honey crystallizes, nuts oxidize. Food is supposed to break down. These bars don't. Because they're loaded with preservatives and emulsifiers that prevent natural breakdown, if bacteria won't eat it, why should you? Number 16. Mr. Kipling Cakes. E471, E472E, E475 lecithins. 4 emulsifiers in a single Mr. Kipling product. The exceedingly good cakes. The British Tea Time Institution, also an emulsifier bomb. Your nan made cakes with flour, butter, eggs, sugar. No emulsifiers. They lasted 2 days. Mr. Kipling cakes last 2 weeks. That's not better baking. That's better chemistry. E471 for shelf life. E472E for dough conditioning. E475 for emulsification, lecithins for texture, each one performing a specific function in the manufacturing process. Each one completely unnecessary if you're baking at home. Each one stripping your gut barrier with every exceedingly good slice. The saddest part is how many British people grew up on Mr. Kipling. Birthdays, school lunchboxes, after-school snacks, generations of children eating emulsifier-loaded cakes thinking they were treats. They were. But they were also gut-damaging chemistry experiments wrapped in nostalgia. Number 15. Patak's Plain Chapatis. E472E, E471. Even flatbread needs emulsifiers now. Chapatis are flour, water, salt, mix, roll, cook. Done. You can make them in 10 minutes. No emulsifiers required. Indian families have been making chapatis for thousands of years without E471. But Patak's needs their chapatis to last weeks in plastic packaging. They need them to stay soft without drying out. They need them to survive transport from factory to warehouse to supermarket to your home. So in go the emulsifiers. E472E for softness, E471 for shelf stability. Now they last, now they're convenient. Now they're also loaded with the same emulsifiers in your bread, your cakes and your chocolate. This is cultural food vandalism, taking a traditional food and corrupting it with modern chemistry for the sake of convenience and profit. Number 14. M&S made without iced and spiced buns. E470A, E471, E472C, E435. 5 emulsifiers in a gluten-free bun marketed as made without. Made without gluten, made with a chemistry lab. This is the ultimate free from fraud. People with celiac disease or gluten intolerance buy these thinking they're getting a cleaner product. They're getting the most emulsifier-heavy product in the entire bakery section. Because gluten-free baking is hard. Gluten provides structure, remove it and your dough doesn't hold together. So manufacturers compensate with emulsifiers, lots of them. E470A, E472C, E472E, and E435, all working together to mimic the texture and shelf life that gluten normally provides. The M&S iced and spiced fruited buns, same emulsifier stack. M&S luxury fruited bread loaf, still E471 and E472E. M&S Japanese style milk buns, the 4-pack, the 6-pack sliders, the fried onion minis, the soft white submarine rolls, all contain E471, E481, E472E. Premium branding. Premium prices. Same industrial formulation as budget brands. M&S has built a reputation on quality. Their food is supposed to be better. In reality, it's just more expensive chemistry. Number 13. Müller Light Yogurt. Modified starch, artificial sweeteners. The diet yogurt. Low calorie, low fat. Marketed at people trying to be healthy. Also, gut destroying. Remove the fat from yogurt and you remove the body, the richness, the satisfaction. Müller replaces it with modified starch and artificial sweeteners, aspartame or sucralose, depending on the flavor. The modified starch thickens it. The artificial sweeteners make it taste sweet without calories. But research shows artificial sweeteners disrupt gut bacteria. They alter the microbiome. They increase sugar cravings. They can cause glucose intolerance. You're eating Müller Light thinking you're being good. You're training your body to crave more sugar while damaging the bacteria that help you digest food properly. And you're still getting emulsifiers. Modified starch is a thickener, but it functions like an emulsifier in yogurt. Plus any additional stabilizers they add for texture. You wanted fewer calories, they gave you more chemicals. That's the deal. Number 12. Weight Watchers Thick Sliced White Bread. E472E, E471. The bread designed for people trying to lose weight. The bread containing the emulsifier linked to 46% higher prostate cancer risk. This is the cruelest irony. People join Weight Watchers to improve their health. They buy Weight Watchers branded products, thinking those products will help. The bread contains E471, the same emulsifier causing metabolic syndrome in animal studies. The same emulsifier linked to weight gain, blood sugar problems, and altered gut bacteria. You're eating diet bread that might be making you gain weight by destroying your gut microbiome. The entire brand is built on helping people lose weight, and they're selling products with ingredients that undermine that goal. If that's not a betrayal, I don't know what is. Number 11. Califia Farms Unsweetened Almond and Vanilla. Guar Gum, Gelen Gum, the unsweetened version. No sugar added, marketed as the healthier choice within the almond milk category. Still 3 emulsifiers, still gut-destroying. Removing sugar doesn't remove the need for emulsifiers. Califia still needs the almond milk to stay mixed, stay creamy, stay shelf-stable. So the Guar Gum stays. You're paying premium prices for unsweetened emulsifier delivery. The lack of sugar is good. Everything else is bad. This is what's maddening about modern food. You can't win. You try to make a better choice. Less sugar. You get the same emulsifiers. You try plant-based. You get more emulsifiers than dairy. You try premium brands. Same formulation as budget brands, just better marketing. The game is rigged. Number 10. Hovis Best of Both. E472E, E471, E322. 3 emulsifiers. The bread marketed as the best of white and whole meal. The best of both worlds. Except the world of emulsifiers, where you're getting the full set, E472E, E471, and E322, which is rapeseed lecithin. And it's not just best of both. Hovis Premium Burger Rolls, same emulsifiers. Hovis Soft White Extra Thick, same formula. Hovis Soft White Medium Sliced, identical. The entire Hovis packaged bread range follows the same chemical blueprint. They've built a brand on tradition, the Hovis ad with the boy pushing a bike up a cobbled hill. Nostalgia for simpler times, but their bread isn't simple. It's engineered. It's formulated for maximum shelf life and minimum production cost. That hill in the ad represents British heritage. The ingredients list represents modern corporate betrayal. Number 9. I can't believe it's not butter. Mono and diglycerides, lecithins. The name is famous. The product is emulsifiers held together with vegetable oils and water. That's it. You can't believe it's not butter because it isn't butter. It's not even close. Butter is churned cream. One ingredient. I can't believe it's not butter is water, vegetable oils, mono and diglycerides, lecithins, salt, preservatives, colorings, and flavorings. The mono and diglycerides emulsify the mixture. The lecithins stabilize it. Without them, you'd have a jar of separated oil and water. With them, you have a spread that looks like butter, feels like butter, but destroys your gut like an emulsifier. The name has become ironic. You should believe it's not butter, because it demonstrably isn't. It's a chemistry experiment that's been marketed so successfully that millions of people have it in their fridges right now, thinking it's a reasonable butter alternative. It's not. Number 8. English Cheesecake Company Cookies and Cream. Sugar esters of fatty acids, mono and diglycerides. The vegan cheesecake, dairy-free dessert marketed to people avoiding animal products for health or ethical reasons. More emulsifiers than a dairy cheesecake would ever need. Because making a vegan cheesecake is hard. Real cheesecake is cream cheese, eggs, sugar. The fat and protein in those ingredients provide structure. Remove them and you need chemistry. The non-dairy cream in this cheesecake contains sugar esters of fatty acids and mono and diglycerides, just in the cream. Then the cookie pieces add more lecithin. Then the chocolate adds more. You're getting emulsifiers from multiple sources in one slice. This is the vegan paradox. To be healthier, you avoid animal products to be healthier. You get ultra-processed plant products instead. More emulsifiers, more additives, less nutrition. You made an ethical choice. Corporations made it a chemical one. Number 7. Müller double alternative to cream. Soya lecithin, sucrose esters of fatty acids, xanthan gum, locust bean gum, carrageenan. 5 emulsifiers and stabilizers in fake cream. Real double cream is cream. 1 ingredient, heavy, rich, full of fat. Müller is vegetable oils, water, and 5 different additives working together to create something that pours like cream. Soya lecithin emulsifies. Sucrose esters of fatty acids stabilize. Xanthan gum thickens. Locust bean gum adds body. Carrageenan prevents separation. That's 5 chemicals doing the job that cream does naturally with 0 additives. And you're getting carrageenan, the breast cancer-linked emulsifier, in your Sunday roast gravy, in your pasta carbonara, in your coffee, because Müller is cheaper than cream and it lasts longer. Those are the only advantages. Everything else is worse. Worse ingredients, worse for your health, worse for your gut. But it's convenient and it doesn't spoil as fast, so it sells. Number 6. Fulfill protein bars. Soy lecithin, glycerol, xanthan gum. The protein bar marketed at gym goers. High protein, low sugar, convenient post-workout nutrition, also loaded with emulsifiers and maltitol. Maltitol is a sugar alcohol. It's used because it doesn't count as sugar on the label, but it causes digestive distress, bloating, gas, diarrhea. The soy lecithin is in the chocolate coating multiple times because there's chocolate on the outside and chocolate chips inside. Glycerol maintains moisture. Xanthan gum provides texture. You're eating this thinking you're supporting muscle growth and recovery, you're supporting gut inflammation and bathroom emergencies. The protein is there, 20 grams, or whatever they claim. But it comes wrapped in emulsifiers and sugar alcohols that undermine the entire point of eating protein for health. Number 5. Grenade Carb Killer Bars. Multiple emulsifiers including lecithin, modified starch, the low-carb protein bar. Keto-friendly, marketed at people trying to avoid carbs and sugar. Still full of emulsifiers and artificial sweeteners. Grenade positions itself as a serious sports nutrition brand. Military imagery, aggressive marketing, hardcore fitness. But the ingredients are the same ultra-processed mess as every other protein bar. Lecithin in the coating, modified starch in the filling, artificial sweeteners throughout. Emulsifiers holding it together. The carbs are low because they've replaced sugar with sweeteners and bulking agents. The protein is high because they've added protein isolates. But none of it is real food. It's engineered nutrition, and your gut pays the price. The name carb killer is accurate. It's also killing your gut bacteria. Number 4. Yazoo milkshake, carrageenan, stabilizers, thickeners. The chocolate milk drink in school lunchboxes across Britain. Targeted at children, marketed as milk, therefore healthy. Contains carrageenan, the emulsifier linked to 32% higher breast cancer risk. Children drinking this multiple times a week. Primary school kids. Teenagers. Getting regular doses of an emulsifier that causes gut inflammation and is linked to cancer. The product is called a milkshake, but it's reconstituted milk powder, sugar, cocoa, and emulsifiers. Real chocolate milk is milk and chocolate. That's it. Yazoo has taken that simple concept and turned it into a shelf-stable, emulsifier-loaded product that doesn't need refrigeration until opened. That convenience comes from chemistry, and children's guts are suffering for it. Number 3. Fridge milkshake. Modified starch stabilizers. Another children's milkshake, another emulsifier delivery system, made by Müller, the same company behind Müller Corner and Müller Light. They've built an empire on adding emulsifiers to dairy products and marketing them to families. Fridge comes in flavors like cookie dough and chocolate fudge brownie. It's positioned as a treat, a fun drink, but it's in the chilled section next to actual milk. Parents buying it think they're getting something milk-based and therefore nutritious. They're getting modified starch and stabilizers. The milk is there, but it's been so heavily processed and mixed with additives that calling it milk is generous. It's a dairy-based emulsifier vehicle with enough sugar to make kids want more. Müller knows what they're doing. Hook children young, make it taste good, make parents think it's acceptable, build lifelong customers with damaged guts. Number 2. Wall's Magnum Ice Cream. Mono and diglycerides, carrageenan, various gums. The premium ice cream, Belgian chocolate, indulgent, special occasion treat. Also an emulsifier cocktail. Magnum markets itself as luxury. The chocolate coating cracks. The ice cream is smooth and creamy. That texture is chemistry. Mono and diglycerides emulsify. Carrageenan stabilizes. Guar gum or locust bean gum adds body. The Belgian chocolate claim is marketing. There's chocolate, it might be Belgian, but it's still full of emulsifiers. And the ice cream inside is barely cream. It's milk powder, vegetable fats, and stabilizers churned together to create something that feels premium. You're paying premium prices for mid-tier ingredients dressed up with emulsifiers and marketing. The Magnum ego. Unilever knows how to sell. They don't know how to make ice cream without destroying your gut lining. Or they do know, and they don't care. Number 1. Müller Bliss Mascarpone Yogurt. E472B, modified maize starch, gelatin, pectins, carmine. 5 additives, including an emulsifier. The luxury yogurt, indulgent, creamy, mascarpone-inspired texture. Made with real whipping cream, they claim. Also made with E472B, an emulsifier, modified maize starch to thicken without adding real mascarpone, gelatin for body, pectins for texture, carmine for color. Real mascarpone is cream and acid. That's it. You heat cream, add acid, it thickens. Done. No emulsifiers, no modified starch, no gelatin. Müller has taken the concept of mascarpone and engineered a product that mimics the texture using additives instead of actual mascarpone. Then they charge premium prices for it. The Bliss range is marketed as a treat, luxurious, special. It's special, all right, specially formulated to feel indulgent while being as cheap to produce as possible. More emulsifiers, more thickeners, less real food. That's Müller's entire business model across every product line they make. That's 30 products. 30 brands you probably have in your kitchen right now, 30 everyday staples loaded with emulsifiers that are stripping your gut lining every single day. The scale of this is overwhelming. Over half of all products in UK supermarkets contain emulsifiers. You can't avoid them without actively trying, and most people don't even know to try. But now you know. Now you've seen the ingredient lists. Now you understand what E471 does, what carrageenan does, what happens when you eat emulsifiers 3 times a day for years, IBS doubling, autoimmune diseases skyrocketing, gut barriers breaking down. This isn't a coincidence. This is the direct result of corporations prioritizing profit over health. They knew, they know, they don't care. But here's what you can do. Stop buying these products, check every label. If it has emulsifiers, put it back. Buy fresh bread from the bakery section. Buy real butter instead of spreads. Buy plain yogurt and add your own fruit. Make your own almond milk or buy brands that don't use gums. It takes effort, It takes time, but your gut is worth it. Your long-term health is worth it. And every time you choose a product without emulsifiers, you're sending a message. You're voting with your money. When enough people stop buying emulsifier-loaded products, companies will reformulate. They'll find alternatives. They'll go back to real ingredients. Because the only language they speak is profit. Take away their sales, and suddenly they'll care about your health. Before you go, hit that hype button one more time. This video needs to reach as many people as possible. Every parent packing lunchboxes needs to see this. Every person buying Weight Watchers bread thinking they're being healthy needs to know. Every gym goer downing protein bars needs to understand what they're really consuming. Your hype helps spread this information. It breaks through the corporate silence, it warns people, and leave a comment telling me what food we should investigate next. What other products do you want exposed? What other ingredients should we cover? Your suggestions drive this channel. And subscribe, because we're not stopping here. There are dozens more videos like this coming. More corporations to expose. More ingredients to investigate. More truth to uncover. Until next time, read your labels, trust your gut, and protect your plate.